落ちた強豪飛べないカラス
What's up, YouTube? It's Blackwing here, and in today's video I'm gonna showcase you my YCS Birmingham Blackwing deck profile. I actually took this to YCS Birmingham. I went 7 wins and 2 losses on day 1, making me able to continue playing on day 2, but there I got a couple of losses and then I wasn't able to make top cut, unfortunately. But yeah, before we jump into the deck profile, I actually want to tell you guys a little bit about the matches that I played and if I won the die roll and not. So yeah, my round 1 opponent was a Malice player. I lost the die roll and it went really nicely, but game 3 actually I lost due to time. It was basically came down to my last top deck. If my last top deck would have been a Blackwing monster, I could have made enough damage for him not being able to gain life points with the trap card to basically win in time. But yeah, anyways, then round 2 I played against Ryzel Mitsurugi. I lost the die roll but actually won him 2-0, so that was really nice. Round 3 I played against White Forest Azamina. I won the die roll and 2-0'd easily. Round 4 I played against Ryzel Finsmith. I lost the die roll but I won that game as well. Round 5 I played against Necro Dragoon. I won the die roll and this was actually an interesting deck. So it basically the idea with this deck was that they activate a Necrovallo, the field spell, and after that they try to triple tactic thrust into Royal Tribute and actually like sending the whole opponent's hand to the graveyard or all monsters, and then they just had like a Dragoon and Floodgate. So that was, I was so unfortunate to actually win the die roll there because it would have been a really scary matchup otherwise. Round 6 I played against Mermaid. I lost the die roll but won it anyways. Round 7 I played against Bestial Fiendsmith. I lost the die roll and I lost this match. This was my second loss of the day, and this was actually against Canucks. Good friends who goes into the same locals, and he basically knows Blackwings like in and out. He basically knew all of the like lines and where to play the bestials correctly, and that guy Richard, by the way, he also made top 64, so a really great player. So yeah, he was the second loss of the day. After that I played against Mermail and I lost the die roll here. It was round 8. And after that I played against round 9 against Ryzel Finsmith and I won the die roll. It was like I had to win round 9 to be able to continue playing on the second day, and I won the die roll and I won the match, yeah. Then the next day, round 10, I played against Malice. I lost the die roll. Game 3 I played a little bit too much into Droll, to be honest. I took the risk and yeah, he had Droll and Lockbird even though he was going first. Game 3, so a little bit unfortunate there. I think I could have played it a little bit better, but then again, yeah, I think he would have probably still won it, so it's hard to say, Round 11 I played against Terrament Spylozoic and I won the die roll and won the game. And round 12 I played against Ryzel Finsmith. I won the die roll here, but game 3 I went Simoon, Whirlwind, Search Sudri effect, and Whirlwind obviously, and he played Effect Veiler Ash, so basically preventing me from searching at all. I had 2 Ash Blossoms in my hand and the Shamal. So if the Shamal would have been like Vata or any extender, I could have played from there like forward. So yeah, that was like a really odd point to throw 2 hand traps, but they just worked in his favor this time. Like if he would have had a Mulch Army in his hand, I would have had the Ash, or if I would have had a cross out, I could have just cross out his Ash to be able to play. So yeah, it was a little bit unfortunate, so I lost that. After that I participated in an on-demand event, so basically it's a mini locals where you play like 3 rounds. So I won all of those, so I won the mini locals, and after that I went to a little bit of a bigger tournament which was also 3 rounds, and my first round opponent there was a Malice player who had just lost in top 64, and I lost the die roll against him, but I still won him. So it also like already speaks that this deck like it definitely does work. And yeah, and I won all of my games there as well, and I got a lot of points and OTS packs, so that was nice. But yeah, I think enough, talking, and let's go to the deck. So, all in all, on weekend you could say I went like 14 wins and 4 losses. So yeah, pretty good in my opinion. So 3 Simoons, he's the starter of the deck, pretty basic. 3 Sudris, get your combos going, a 1 card starter. 3 Vata. So basically all of these cards are your 1 card openers or starters. You could say Simoon is 1.5, but all of these, like these are really good. So yeah, get your engine going. Next up we play 1 Zonda, 1 Kunai. I actually had a crazy game where I got like Nibiru'd in a really odd spot and actually added Kunai back with Shamal to my hand. After that I made nothing and I normal summoned this, searched Chris and Harmadan to be able to like go into King Kaliuga still. It was like so odd place, like this was just out of the box. But yeah, anyways, Zonda, banished from graveyard, special summon, discard, usually. Yeah, pretty, I don't know, basic stuff. And one thing that is also nice is that the Michirugi, they usually have the ritual monster that prevents your opponent or you from playing cards. So if you have Zonda in your hand, you know, and they play it, so that you have to discard something for your effect to resolve, you can just send Zonda to the graveyard. So this card might be even good like in some other strange like situations. Then I play one Chris, like some people want to play Bora here, which is obviously fun. Bora works a little bit better in some combos because you can bounce special summon it like multiple times. Chris, however, like it has 1/9 attack, so a little bit more. For example, if you're in a top deck mode, this card can attack over Ash, which would be set on your opponent's turn. And actually, like top deck modes in this tournament were like so often. There were so many times where I just had like nothing, and then I just had like top deck a Blackwing or like any engine to get me going, and that actually happens like multiple times during the day, or when I looked around in other people's tables that they had like some face down card or whatever card, and then they had like multi armies in their hand that they couldn't activate because they had other cards. So yeah, you could also play Bora here, but yeah, I just prefer maybe Chris. Then we have one Cerberus, you know, for the combos, bouncing back to hand and so on. Only one Shamal. Yep, I think one Shamal was correct. Like, it was actually pretty funny because like every time I saw this in my opening hand, I was like, oh no, I wish I wouldn't have this in my opening hand. Like, I would much rather have, for example, Chris or Bora or whatever in my hand. So yeah, one Shamal is enough. One Harmadan, this card is just super insane, to be honest. Like, the more you get drolled, the more you respect this card, because this just lets you go into King Kaliuga through droll. The lines are sometimes really odd, and sometimes you just have to like find them on the fly. But yeah, a really good card. And like sometimes when I suspect my opponent might have droll, and I have like the insane nuts already in my hand, like I search Harmadan to my hand first with Whirlwind, and then after that, if they don't troll me, I just Smile World like whatever away, and then search Sudri, and then I normal summon Sudri, and like go from there. So I always like prioritize searching Harmadan first, because then I can play around troll. And if they have troll, then I can still go Kaliuga. But if I would just search straight away the Sudri, and then I get trolled, I'm already in a bad position. And then if Wata gets negated after that, and I can't even send this to graveyard anyway, yeah, I'm like really in a bad situation. But yeah, anyways, so one Harmadan. One Shagna, quick effect to banish from grave and pop one face-up card. Usually opponents does not like notice it or know it, so this has like a little bit of a surprise element if your opponent doesn't ask like, do you have something you connect with in the graveyard on my turn. So yeah, that's good. One Chinook, effect Veiler, a little bit of a Kalut as well. Pretty good. Yep, enough said. I played Garbage Lord in my main deck. I was thinking like I had this as an Assault Synchron for the longest time, but the issue was that basically I could also already show the next card. So this is obviously here for the Small World Bridge, and the thing here was that I wanted a card that I could bridge, or I wanted a card so that I could use Small World as an extender, because I did not want to like start my combo or my turn with Small World, and after that, if I get drolled, I'm just like stuck and lose. So basically what I wanted to do was to like go for my plays like normal summon Wata, play effect. If this gets negated, after that I'm gonna play my Small World and search an extender. And with Assault Synchron, like there were cards that like you couldn't do that with Assault Synchron, because you couldn't search for the extenders that would make you like go forward from this point. So I wanted a bridge that works like in every situation. Obviously, yes, Garbage Lord is a worse draw than Assault Synchron, like in 99% of the cases, but the ability to play through and actually like play better through hand traps is more valuable in my opinion. So yeah, one Garbage Lord. 3 Small World, yeah, just increases consistency, plays a little bit into Drawn Lockboard, which is obviously not that nice. Usually I side this out when I'm going second, you know, just because like this is easy to like side in Mulch Armies or whatever, to still like draw a couple of cards, so that you probably won't break. Next 2 cards, Black Whirlwinds, 2 Black Whirlwinds, yep, all you pretty much need. There was only one game I actually draw both of them, and in general in the tournament I think I bricked like 3 times out of 18 times 3 if all of my games went to 3, so you know, like 50 game-ish, so 3 times brick, yeah, not that bad, but yeah. So 2 black whirlwinds, 1 black feather whirlwind, you search this with Shamala obviously. 1 pot of prosperity. Yeah, this card was good. Like I was also thinking that this card could also be called by the grave, but this card just increases the consistency of your combos when going first. When going second, it's not that great, obviously, because like there's not any like board breakers you want to see with this or that you could add. So it's basically just there to increase the consistency when going first. And I was thinking like Called by the Grave could do the same in a way where if your opponent has that hand trap, or if you only have that one play, you know, Called by the Grave ensures you that one play goes through if it's not like an infinite impermanence that you can't Call by the Grave. But yeah, 1 prosperity. And obviously these 2 cards, yeah, I was actually also thinking like doing a little bit of theory, because like this rank up card is even, I left this in when going second, because then I can still go Ultimate Falcon and just prevent my opponents from like floating or any effects, and after that I can just go battle and attack over everything, and they're kind of like screwed. But yeah, this card is like only when going first left in the deck. But yeah, so I was also like thinking, should this maybe be sided? But yeah, I still went like this because like sometimes, you know, you might play against 10 pie still or whatever. So yeah, 2 rank ups. Then for the hand traps, I mean, so 3 Ash Blossoms. Basically, you know, I would say this is not like the impact this has on the current metagame is like not that big, but obviously it stops small charmies when you go first, and also, you know, it can hit the like Requiem or like some Fiendsmith stuff, you know. So it is kind of okay, but yeah, not like insane. But yeah, 3 Ash Blossoms. Then obviously 3 Mool Charmies. I think you need this. Like I didn't see it that many times, but sometimes, you know, this can be just like, you know, you get that +1 or +2 against some rogue decks. This can be like +3 even, which is really nice. So yeah, definitely needed, and also just like at least a 1-off, so you can like cross out it. But yeah, I really like it, and also because it's a wind monster and wind beast, you know, it also works nicely with small world if you have your garbage lord in hand or whatever. So yeah. Next card, Dominus Impulse, and I think this was probably even the MVP card of the tournament for me, because there were so many situations where my opponent just like, this hits card almost like a gamma, like people know how to play like around Ash, or you know, they can like expect it, but Dominus Impulse hits in places where opponent maybe doesn't expect to be hit as much, and that's also why it's really good, because sometimes your opponent might be in like desperate situations where they, for example in Malice, try to banish their own Dark Monster with like Magnamut to trigger the Malice effect and like special summon it back, and then you just know that okay, like this is their only play, because that's such a bad play that like if I Dominus Impulse the Magnamut in hand, like they're not gonna do stuff after it, probably just pass, and that's like exactly what happened. So like this card is so good, and it hits like almost like any engine. It's also Mitsurugi, the ritual spell, you know, hits that. It's a really good card, yeah, and especially if you have a trap in the graveyard. But yep, next card, talking about traps, so 3 Infinite Impermanences, yeah, just a mandatory trio in my opinion, really good. Like into detonator, you just activate this, or do a drive. Yep. And the last card of the deck was actually 1 Drone Lockbird, a little bit of a surprise element. Like if you drew it into your opening hand, it is good, and also the thing here is that obviously you could search it to your hand. Like if you get like double charmed, for example, like Fuvalos plus Purulia, you could actually search this to your hand with Small World, and after that just activate it and still go full Kaliuga if you know the lines. So that's why I play 1 draw in the main. Like this could also be a Kalbai, but Kalbai, you know, it doesn't do anything when you're going like second. It doesn't prevent your opponent from playing, and I know that Drone Lockbird might sometimes just be like a turn skipper against some decks. So like it's a one-off, it's a good, it's also like there for when you're going first, so you could activate it as well on your own turn, but yeah, only 1. For the extra deck then, actually played 2 Boreas Storms. There's a specific line where like if you open up with Simoon and you get nibbed on the 5th summon, you can still go Kaliuga, but only if you play 2. And actually in the tournament, it was pretty funny, like when I summoned Boreas Storm, it got actually Solemn Judgment, so then I was really happy that I had the second one, because then I could special summon that and play effect to still go combo. So like it actually came up, which was kind of interesting, but it is really rare that you actually go for the Nibiru line, or where you get Nibiru on the 5th summon. So this might get dropped to 1, I'm not sure yet, but yeah. like Global Warrior Storm, it's good because then it's also super easy to just like think of what to banish with Prosperity or what to send to the graveyard with Chinook. It really helps you like do decisions fast, which might sometimes be good, especially when you're going into time. But yeah, Double Warrior Storm, 1-0, burning for 800 and normal summoning again. I remember like, I don't know, a year ago or something like this, I rarely did nothing, but nowadays, like if you have Crossout in your hand or you know your opponent might not have Nibiru, like this card is so good to make. There's just like some lines where you notice that if I got nothing here at the Shamaning Graveyard, I can add Sadri back, summon it again. This card becomes like so valuable. So yeah, really good. 1 Black Winch Dragon, yeah, just needed, you know, really good. 1 Full Armor Master, this with Shrine in the Graveyard and Chinook in the hand is pretty good. But yeah, like, I think I could have like 1 without even this in the extra deck, but it's still there, it's still needed. 2 Blackwing Assault Dragons, and this could also be like a 1-up. It's not like a mandatory 2-up, but the thing here is that like usually you kind of like cheat the first one with like Warrior Storm in the graveyard and like the Blackwing Assault Dragon, and then you're really a lot of the times in a situation where you special summon the Warriors back and then you have a level 4. So the other one could be like whatever level 10 card you could do there, so like Chaos Angel, but then again like you couldn't do Dissipator there. So the second one could be something else, but yeah, I just like the fact that if you cannot defeat your opponent on the first like push when you're going second, then you can just leave 2 of these, and usually that will be enough because like they take 1400 for every monster effect. Like let's say for example Linkabui, he won with fire, you know, they're gonna play so many monster effects, like they're gonna like lose on the spot almost like so fast. So yeah, it was also like against Tier Elements, you know, when Tier Elements was a thing. They just lost because of 2 of these, like they just burned themselves so fast to death because they play so many monster effects. And like if you have 2 of these and like 1 Chinook or like 1 monster negation, 1 imperm, it's like gonna be a game on the spot. And if it's not, usually this happens like way often in game 3 when you're going second, so then it's also the time that starts to play a factor in the games. So that's why I really like 2, but you know 1 is enough. But also if you have 2 and Black Feather Whirlwind, you can actually tribute 1 and blow the field, and then the second one will protect your monsters by removing the counter. So with 1 that's not possible. But yeah, anyways, 2. Then for the XYZs, so Raider's Knight basically, so you can go from 2 level 4s into King Kali-Yuga. Then Brace Tricks searches you the rank up, and you know you can go after that to Arsenal Falcon. And Arsenal Falcon special summons from the deck, and when it goes to the graveyard you will special summon Ultimate Falcon, and when you play Ultimate Falcon's effect, your opponent cannot play any cards after that. So after you have basically hit Ultimate Falcon and play its effect, after that you can start to do your vulnerable combos, because your opponent cannot play cards anymore that turn. Also, if we are going close to the time again, you could just also leave like the material underneath it, and then with 2 Blackwing Assault Dragons, because this will burn your opponent for 1000 if they don't have a monster in the end phase, and then these will obviously burn your opponent for a monster effect. So if they have like a Kaiju or whatever you might think they have, you know, you could just go the burn route, and that might be even enough to win the game anyways. Then we have 1 obviously Duodin King Kali-Yuga, and yeah, if your opponent did not know what to or prevent this, yeah, I won every game where I summoned this. Yeah, but there were a lot of games where I didn't even need to go into this, to be honest. But yeah, it was also like my opponent hand trapped me like maybe a little bit of wrong places. They didn't know where to hand trap us, but sometimes it worked out for them. For example, the last game of day 2 where I just got like Ashed and Veiler on the Sadri summon, and I just didn't have anything else. So yeah, that was like unfortunate. But anyways, then 1 Wise Tricks, really good. Special summons level 4 Winch Beast from the deck and sets 1 rank up, SP Little Knight. I didn't do this card that much in the tournament. It's not like needed, but it's still there. It's nice, nice like removal. Yep. And the last card, Darkness Metal Dragon of Dark Steel. It's really needed. A really great card. Yeah, special summons backs the Arsenal Falcon. Now for the side deck. The side deck was a little bit strange to be honest, but yeah, let's anyways go through it. So basically, 3 Artifact Lancers. I think this is just super mandatory against like every or almost in any side deck, because obviously, yeah, Malice is a thing, and you just need this. I played one Mulcharmy Mills. I borrowed this and already gave it back. But yeah, so basically this was like against Malice, and actually this with the impulses in main, I think that was like almost enough because impulse does already a lot by itself. So yeah, this was like, it's 4 cards, it's not that much. You could maybe go to 5 like cards and second Meows, but yeah. Meows was also because I wanted to basically have something for cross out if somebody would side this card against me, the Meows, but nobody did, so yeah. Talking about Mulcharmies, I also played one Purulia. This was actually, I didn't see this that much, but yeah. It was basically, I sided this in almost every time I went second because like, obviously my opponents were like going to Norolmas and stuff. Against Mermail I would wish I would have played maybe 2 of these, and same against Ryziel. But yeah, 1 for now. Then I played also the second Droll Unlockbird in the side deck. So basically with this I could side into 2 Drolls, which would be a little bit better against Mizuruki and against Mermail and some rogue decks. So yeah, so 3 Lancers and then just like 3 one-offs. Yeah. After that I played 2 Nibirus, so basically 1 would have been like a little bit too little, but with 2 I felt comfortable that if I play like Mulcharmies or the Fuvaloses, I will draw into this. And actually there was a game I played against Mermail, I had 1 Ash, and after that he couldn't make Toad before the 5th summon, and then I Nibiru'd him on the like 5th summon of Bahamut Shark, and that basically won me the game. So yeah, so 2 was enough, but yeah. And at least you want to play 1 because of Crossout Designator. Then for the Ryziel matchup I play 3 XYZ Encores. Yeah, basically just against Detonator. So yep, after that 3 Crossout Designators obviously. So basically what I side in when going first is like the Crossout Designators, Purulia, and like maybe the Meows, and then Nibiru. Like at least these cards, and the last card of the side deck is 1 Kalba the Grave. So I would say like these go in at least every time I go first and I side out 2 Infinite Impermanences, 2 Mulcharmy Fuvaloses, and 2 Dominus Impulses. If my opponent cannot play the Dominus Impulse in the main deck, and I know it because depending on what attribute he has, then I might side even the 3rd Meows or Lancia or something else I expect my opponent to have. And I already have Droll and Lockbird in my main deck, so there's like a lot of coverage of the hand traps. But yeah. So yeah, that was the deck profile. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for all of my members.
And if you want to support the channel, you can become a Blackwing Master Tier member to access exclusive member-only videos, updates on my Blackwing decks, and you will also get access to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck Optimizer program that will take your deck building skills to the next level. So what are you waiting for? Become a Blackwing Master Tier member from the link in the description down below. Thank you for watching, and as always, I'm out.
それでも一人じゃなくなったあいつは強いよ。